No, so much red, can't have it. Oh my goodness, 9,500 bucks, that sucks. But wait, it's just evals. It's just evals. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on Christmas Eve, and I decided to do this quick video as a do not do this. There's a lesson in what happened today. Yes, I had a bad day on evals, but I really want to talk about the lesson here. Just so you're not freaking out, I did not touch my funded accounts today. They are all nicely intact. They're in good shape. We locked them away in the safe, and we don't have to worry about them. So anyway, number one. The problem that I had today, I decided I was just going to focus on maybe trading some evals. Number one problem, I did not trade my setup. Did not trade my setup. How's that for an acronym? Whoops. DNTMS. Did not trade my setup. That is the number one problem. And I think if you've struggled with passing evals or maybe keeping funded accounts, I think this is probably one of the number one culprits. When you just decide to trade the market and just, it's too easy, we're just going to get in, yeah, this is going to go up or down or whatever. When we just trade without a plan, the wheels tend to come off. And that's exactly what happened today. So then the second mistake I made is I didn't have QuantGuard connected, which I typically always do, but I forgot to set it up this morning. And before we know it, I was down about 700 on my 50K accounts and down a lot more on my 150s. And I was like, well, if I connect QuantGuard now, I'm just going to be stopped out for the day. Probably would have been better. I mean, I ended up in about the same position because I did make up some of this money. But anyway, the big mistake was not trading my setup and just deciding to trade because I wanted to trade. I wanted to try to pass this one Lucid account. I think this is the one that was within like 350 bucks. And we ended up with a $900 loss on it today. We did lose the the Tradeify. I can't even talk. I blew up the Tradeify account. That one account was like 600 or 700 away, and it's gone. So down 2,000. This was the one that got a hit the most, but this account here was down $1,941 at one point today. I almost blew it and got it all the way back to minus 900. So anyway, I want to talk through the trades themselves. The issue was on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was ugly this morning. I took a pre-market break and retest trade here. Not a great setup, but I was okay with it. I did get stopped out, not a big deal. I re-entered that trade here, and that was a winning trade. Took off most of it here on the news event, and then get stopped out for a small loss. So that was actually a bit of a winning trade. However, now we get into the problem, and I'm just going to try to zoom in here to the open so we can kind of see what this market looked like. I also want to remind you that as I copy trade, and typically I copy trade my evals with my funded accounts, and I trade my 50K accounts at 3 times my entry, and I trade my 150K accounts at 6 times my entry. So if I have a trade where I'm risking 200 and I lose, I'm going to lose 600 on the 50K. I'm going to lose 1,200 on the 150K. That's what I typically do. Now today, because I was just trading evals, I made this top account, this top Apex account, my leader account. So that one was just traded at the normal size. And then the other 50K accounts that are on here were traded 3x. The 150Ks were traded 5x or 6x. So a little bit red here after the morning, and then we get into the market opened on NQ. And this is not a setup. I literally chased the market. We had this huge rip up, and I just got long. And what do we do? But we immediately crash, takes me out short. Boom, there's number one, blow to the chin. We're halfway knocked out. Now we have this big wick, and I go, oh, okay, it's going lower. So I short the market right here at the bottom. What do? We go back up, and I get out. Boom. Now I've got, I'm seeing about 4 to 1, so to speak. I'm pretty cross-eyed because the market smacked me pretty badly. And yeah, it just, from then on, I think I may have taken, I thought I took another trade. No, I did. Yes, I took a losing trade then on the Dow Jones, and that was right here. I took a losing trade right here on the Dow Jones. And this is what blew up this account. And at that point, I don't recall how far down my 150Ks were. I want to say I had about 900 in drawdown left. So they were pretty much gone. I know that these 250Ks here had like 400 left. So as you can see, I made back a lot of this. How I made it back, again, this is another part of the lesson. How I made it back is I stopped trading stupidly. Really it was two trades. It was two stupid trades. But this is what the NASDAQ will do to you, or any market will do to you, when you just don't trade your setup and you trade the open and you're wrong and you have the whipsaw effect. It will literally knock you out, which is what it did to me. So I then took a winning trade, and this was, I really should have taken this trade with my funded accounts, but I had told myself I'm not trading funded today. I had no intention to, and it is what it is. I'm okay with it. But I took this break and retest long on ES. I took it, beautiful break and retest of prior day high. You guys know, if you follow this channel, that is a trade I love to take, and I went in with some size. And took off I think this might have been 3 contracts, 2 contracts, another contract, another contract, another contract for a 20-point trade on ES. Very, 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 very nice trade. So that made up a lot of my losses. And then the other one was a trade that I took on the Dow Jones. I took this one here, a break and retest of this major support level on the Dow Jones. Took that break and retest long right there, out with 1, 2, or maybe 2, 3, and 4. I think I was in with 4 contracts there for a nice, I think maybe 20-point trade on the Dow Jones. So let's see what this one was. 33, about 60, about $110 trade. So on the 150Ks, that would have been about a $600 trade, and about 300 on the 50Ks. So that was a pretty nice trade. And then on ES, this one was 30, 100, 150, 225, 325. So that would have been about, the last couple of contracts weren't double, so probably about 1,200 on the 150Ks and about half of that on the 50Ks. So that's how I made most of the money back. Two good trades, but 2 really bad trades early is what killed it. So just the reason I made this video is just to highlight the importance of when you trade a setup that is your setup versus trading something like I did this morning on NQ, which is not my setup. The difference is this, a big red account versus having a green account for the day. So anyway, I learned a little bit of a lesson. I knew that this type of thing would happen, and this is just so not me. Because it was evals, I was like, you know what, I'm jumping. This is easy. I just need 300 on this account, and I've got a past Lucid account, and I was just stupid, and I paid the price, and it's just evals, whatever. Evals lives don't matter, as my friend Nutty likes to say. So, but nevertheless, the lesson here is gotta trade our setup, and if we trade our setup, then we get results like I've been having on my funded accounts, and we put together some really nice green days, and we make some money in the marketplace, and that's really what this is all about. So I hope this helps. If you're struggling out there, please take this to heart. Figure out what is your setup, and then trade it exclusively, and be disciplined in that. And when you do that, you're going to be rewarded, because typically if you have a winning setup that wins more than 50% of the time, and you have a good risk to reward, you're going to make some money in the marketplace. So I'll leave you with that. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we will catch up with you probably sometime next week. If I don't catch up with you next week, have a Happy New Year, and we'll catch up with you after the first of the year. Again, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for following along. If you're new, hit the like button and the sub button, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.